Tony Butler. Hey, today we're going to cover something somewhat controversial in the marketing world. It's the one thing, the one secret that single-handedly destroyed hundreds, if not thousands, of so-called SEO companies. And it's something that every entrepreneur and business owner should know and should be thinking about. It's a tool the brands can use today to transform their websites from just being a brochure into a destination for people who are actively searching. Okay, but before I do that, please click like on this video, and if you haven't done so yet, follow the channel. I'm going to be sharing with you everything you need to build a content marketing system for your business that will help you scale, whether you're a startup, SaaS, manufacturing, e-commerce, hospitality, B2B, B2C, it doesn't matter. Primal storytelling is a content marketing system for humans, and that makes all the difference. Okay, let's get right back into it. Back in the early days of the internet, in the dark ages when I first got email, and getting website traffic was primarily a technical game. Websites were awarded traffic by and large by how readable they were by the search engines. Okay, I'm talking about right at the very beginning. So if the search engine can really read your website, that was a big plus for you, okay? And then it was all about backlinks, the number of links that other websites sent to your website, okay? This and variations of it went on for a long time, and the whole industry, SEO, search engine optimization, grew up around this idea of technical SEO. It led to all kinds of bad habits going on, link farms in foreign countries and sort of the black hat IT, gaming search engine traffic. But just like everything, after a while, Google figured it out, and as their algorithms became more sophisticated, the SEO game and the entire industry just evaporated from the way that it used to be. And it was replaced by something totally different. And what that is, it's high-performing content and this idea of domain authority. Okay, domain, that's just the name of your website, the URL. Okay? Google realized that signs like how much traffic does a site get from social media? How long do visitors stay? Do they move from page to page? How deep do they go in the website? Those signs matter much more than any of their original measurements. Backlinks still count for something, but not nearly what it did, okay? So how long someone stays on your site, that's a measurement of engagement. It's a measure of quality and also what we think of as an audience to content match. If you, like as an example, if you love jujitsu like I do, and I'm looking for more information on jiu-jitsu, and I'm trying to find like the newest armbar, I want to see a match or whatever, and your site draws me in, and then when I get there, it's all full of ads and the information sucks. I'm clicking away immediately. I'm not staying there, okay? But the opposite's also true. If I land on your site and there's a thoughtful article, a podcast, or a video, and it fires me up about jiu-jitsu, and it teaches me something new, or it's funny, or just something entertaining, I'm going to stay a while. I'm going to hang out. I might even come back. And if you're really lucky, I might even subscribe. Because what's the currency of the day? It's attention. And what Google is saying is that attention and how valuable that attention is, that's the most important part. So here's the secret. Content on your website that's valuable for your target audience is king. Bam! No SEO guru needed. You just got to be able to produce something people love. That's the difference. The difficulty for most brands is what type of content to produce and how to do it. Okay, so it's not that hard. It's one of those things. It's like in jiu-jitsu. It's simple to understand and very difficult to get deep, to internalize it, and then to actually be able to accomplish it. Okay. Before I get into some of the what and how, let me talk about what content can do for you and your website, okay, and your business. And I'm going to use the hospitality industry as an example. I've been doing a lot of work there, and it's low-hanging fruit in the world of content, especially for hotels. Most hotels get a large share of their traffic from third-party referral sites, okay, these companies that in the Wild West days of the SEO, these companies were fully optimized and they were getting all of the travel planning traffic. And then what they did is they get that traffic and they would sell it directly to the hotels And the properties in turn, they paid those guys a commission. So I've talked to some properties that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, in commissions a year to these travel planning sites, okay? But here's the thing. Everything on the internet has changed in the last 5-6 years. And those properties can get some of that traffic for themselves. You can reduce the fees and get direct bookings. There's nothing stopping them from doing it these days, but they have to produce valuable content that attracts individuals, who are planning a trip into that area. There's nothing stopping them, okay, except for a change in mindset. And it's the same thing for every company, whether you're a hotel or not. If you want to move your company website from being a brochure and increase website traffic, you just have to produce content that's valuable and then focus on a niche audience. You can do it. I mentioned earlier, you need to understand what types of content to produce and then have a means and how to do it. Some companies, they build their own team to help produce the content. Some companies hire an agency or a freelancer to help them. But the most important factor of a content program that's going to perform for you is to have a thoughtful system with an underlying strategy that's linked to your goals. Random articles on what's interesting to you it's just not going to do it. You got to start with the audience. What do you know about them? What are their demographics and their psychographics? What defines them? And then you've got to start to understand what motivates them. What are the hopes and fears? How are you going to help them? And then most of all, you have to answer all these questions and have a way of using the answers to formulate and give insight to your strategy. Okay? It's easy to convert a website from a brochure into a destination that people love. Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on you and how skillful you are. But it's definitely going to take some investment of time, money, attention, but it's absolutely worth it in the end. For some brands, even a slight uptick in website traffic, it can mean a lot of money. It can be millions of dollars in some cases. Okay, it really depends on what you're selling and for how much and that kind of thing. For a smaller company, even a hotel, the revenue increase is more likely than not, it's incremental. But remember one thing about a content system is it builds on itself every time you publish. Every time you publish, it's getting bigger and bigger. The more you publish, the more reasons people have to visit your website. And if it's done well, the more likely they are to buy from you. Okay? Content you create in year one will still perform for you next year and the year after that. And it can help improve your overall domain authority. And in year two, the content might not do as well. There's a decay factor. But I've got articles and blogs and things that I've published that I produced years ago for myself and for other brands that still to this day are performing. Okay? Content, it's an investment that keeps on paying dividends over time. Okay, so you got to get going. The number one thing you can do is just start now. If you don't have anything, start right now. I'm going to publish 300 plus, maybe 365 pieces of content for my own brand, for my own companies this year. And if I can do that, and I've just got a small team, anybody can do it. Okay, so there you have it. Producing valuable content that helps your target audience. That's the best SEO you can do. And of course, if you're interested in a content system, you might consider checking out our Primal storytelling system. There's nothing else like it in the world, and it's a proven formula for delivering great results. But hey, before you go, I just want to leave you with something. If you're struggling to build out your content marketing program for your business, or you're not sure where to get started, you just want a little extra direction, share a link to your website in the comments. I'll take a look. I'll give you some ideas on where to start on a value theme, free of charge. You can also message me on Instagram. It's at Anthony L. Butler, or shoot me an email, anthony@candoideas.com. I read all my own stuff. I answer my own comments. It's the one thing I do not have my assistant do. It's actually me. So, hey, reach out now while the audience is still small. Until then, be well.